Hey everybody, Dr. Jaime here, and you are about to listen to the Dr. Jaime Show audio experience. I hope you enjoy the tips and advice in this segment. Hey everyone, Dr. Jaime here with the Dr. Jaime Show audio experience, and today I am with Toby Martini, Improvacateur Toby Martini.com. Toby, welcome to the Dr. Jaime Show.
Hi, and thank you for having me.
Yeah, so we had a great time on a 60-minute episode. Everyone, you've got to check it out. I think I ate a whole pig on that show. You'll know what I'm talking about, and you'll probably die laughing when you hear our improv back and forth. But you call yourself an improvacateur. What is this?
Yeah, it is a way that I've taken improv games, the skills and attitudes of improv, and I take it to business. So for business communications, for team building, I take improv games, I run people through a game, and then I teach them a way to communicate better in their life.
Okay, so one of the questions I was going to ask you later on, but I think it's pertinent right now, is so how does improv work in business specifically?
Right. Well, I generally work with two groups. I work with the very small, like an entrepreneur, and the very large, like a big company that has lots of teams.
Okay.
So for an entrepreneur, everything every day is sort of made up. You read books and you've seen seminars and you do what you do, but you're making it up as you go.
Absolutely.
And improv teaches you how to go boldly. When I'm not quite ready, could I still go anyway? Because perfection's a killer. Mm-hmm. Perfection keeps you stuck. So it gives you the boldness to keep going forward. It helps you be more creative. Doing improv opens up pathways in your head so you are more creative. You think of things differently. And so if you think of things differently, you might come up with different solutions.
I love that. I love that we kind of push perfection to the side, be bold, and do it anyway. So, all right, in this improv sector, we talked a lot about public speaking. But so many people fear public speaking. What are some of the first steps that people should take if they want to overcome their fears with speaking?
Right. So overall, right, before you're going on stage, I don't mean minutes before, but in the weeks before, you've got to get something in your head. And we talked about this on the big show, so come back. But there is no audience. It's not a mob. It is not one giant creature listening to you. Each person sitting in their seat is an individual listening to you that hopes you do well. None of them think of themselves as an audience, right? They're not part of a mob. Each person is one person listening to you. So if you approach being on stage like talking to one person and then talking to this other person to the left and then talking to this other person here, giving each one a thought, then you've taken the fear of the mob away from you.
Yeah, we talked about this, and I kind of gave an example. It's like when you have that big goal that's really huge and scary, but breaking it down into the little steps don't seem so bad. So you want to go for that MBA. Wow, oh my God, do I have the time? Can I afford it? All these things go through your head, but if today your only goal was do research and look for 3 universities that you possibly could attend, right, well, that's not so bad and scary.
Super easy.
Yeah, so sort of breaking it down. Okay, so I guess this kind of rolls into my next question for you. What are your top 3 tips for people looking to get into public speaking?
To get into it, I will give a tip that's not for my business or anything. I would recommend that everybody attend Toastmasters.
Okay.
Go to toastmasters.org. You can go to Toastmasters groups. Wherever you live, in your zip code, there's probably 30 clubs. And
what is a Toastmaster?
Toastmasters meet once per week generally. It's run sort of like a business meeting, and each week you have 2, maybe 3 speakers. They knew in advance that they're going to speak on that day. Okay. And then you also do a little bit of impromptu speaking there. And it is a practice where every week you get to go and talk in front of maybe 10, 15 people. It's kind people who will give you good feedback on how to get better. And it's super cheap. It's like maybe $50 every 6 months or something like that.
Oh, wow. Yeah, nice.
It's really, really no money. And it's every single week. And that is what will get you past your fear the most. Mm-hmm. 3 tips? I don't need 3. Just honestly, go to Toastmasters. And there, you'll learn to get past your fear really quick. And then after you get past your fear, you'll start to learn techniques on how to get a little bit better.
I love it. So kind of practicing and rehearsing weekly. This reminds me of something we talked about on the show. One of the most important things that we can do is be confident in the material that we're presenting.
Right.
Even myself, I was telling Toby, TobyMartini.com, that I don't get too nervous anymore going on stage and talking in front of people, but that's because I'm confident in what I'm presenting. I can answer questions on it. I know that I can do improv. If something veers me away, I can get back on track. I know what I'm talking about, but that again is because I'm confident in the material. So when you're starting out, at any level really, but make sure that you're confident in what you're speaking about, and that'll give you momentum to keep going.
And it could sound a little cart before the horse, right? Just be confident, because how do you necessarily do that?
Right.
But confidence comes from knowing your stuff. The very best way to avoid your fear is to know that you could answer any question they ask about it.
Yep,
absolutely. That's it, right? Your only reason you're afraid of public speaking is you're afraid to look stupid. You don't want to look dumb in front of people ever. You certainly don't want to look dumb in front of 50.
Well, speaking of looking, I guess a funny question here, but we need to know the answer. Are we really supposed to picture people in the crowd naked?
Now, I only do that just for fun, for myself, because, it's kind of cool. You're just imagining. No, it's a stupid piece of advice. It's like looking over the crowd or picture them naked. Those things they take you away from the crowd. And it's me. What you want to do is look at one person at a time and talk to them. Just like you're only talking to them, like you're sitting at a table talking to the one person. And then you pick a different person and you give them a thought. So looking at them naked, all that's going to do is cause more problems. Right?
So you're thinking about, it's taking you away. You want to be present in the moment with that person, teaching them something, looking them in the eye.
That one person. And by connecting with that one person, everybody feels connected.
Okay. All right. Our last question for you. How can you prepare for an impromptu speech?
The first bit is make sure you know your stuff, which is easy because nobody's going to ask you to speak about something you don't know. That just doesn't happen in the world. But impromptu speech, have some confidence that you know your material. And then the simplest formula for a speech is intro, 3 points, outro.
Okay.
Your intro is, here's what my statement of truth. Here's what I think about whatever it is. Then 3 supporting arguments, whether it's a story, some sort of anecdote, some sort of statistics or whatever. 3 things to support your thesis, and at the end it's, here's what I said, here's why you should believe me. Thanks, go do something.
Excellent, I love it. That's a great outline. And you are coming out with a book, hopefully, in the first quarter of the year. What is the book called?
Wing It and Win.
Okay, what's it about?
It is about, you should plan. I agree that you should plan, but your plans will fail you at some point, and I don't want you to be thrown. Okay. So when you have to wing it, I want you to be able to handle it.
I love it. And we'll be able to get that at TobyMartini.com when it comes out. Excellent. Okay. So where else can we find out everything about you? Is the best place to go your website?
Yeah, website. I'm on the Facebook. You can find me. I'm probably the only Toby Martini in the country. And Twitter, Toby Martini.
Okay, everyone, you are listening to the Dr. Jaime Show with Toby Martini, TobyMartini.com. Do me a favor, go to YouTube and iTunes and subscribe to the Dr. Jaime Show, and leave us a comment below with your biggest takeaway from this episode. Have a great day and improvise everything. Thank you so much for listening to the Dr. Jaime Show audio experience. I really hope that you enjoyed the tips and advice given on today's segment. Do me a favor and go to iTunes and my YouTube, and please subscribe to that channel. Every subscribe, every like, every follow helps the Dr. Jaime Show grow so that we can bring you the best guest and the best content possible. And of course, as always, if you have any feedback, feel free to leave that as well. Talk to you soon.